You already know the business. Welcome to the session. Bible beats and bars. Transformative talk. I mean, you talking about stories. Yo, we give you stories, but most importantly, life lessons that literally you can glean and you can take, and become better. So I'm your host, Minister Fred 2, aka Frederick Whitlow II. Yeah, that's for the city. We got a great show for you today. Let me tell you, the lineup is amazing. Music videos. We got actually some really great features. But I am excited. Listen, I am excited about our special guest. Listen, every week has been phenomenal. I mean, we had Asha Karan and we had the Arm Foundation. We've had but this young lady right here, oh man, bang, bang, bang. The boom bap is official. So we're gonna give you a dope joint. You already know the business. That's a music video when I say joint. And we'll be right back with our special guest. Hey, Professor, let's put them on. Hey, you already welcome. Peace.
Hey,
You want to bang? You want to bang? Well, bang this.
my business is philanthropic, that's a fact. Yeah, I capture truth with my optics. Yeah. I put profit in other markets, invested in younger pockets, cause next gen they be watching. Fact. Yeah. I exhibit prints of the living. Yeah. With encryptions, ignite a difference. Yeah. I spit vicious with pure intentions, my flim fluent combined tools. I'm instrumentous. Load the ink in a pen, blueprint the cataclysm. Grab the film and the lens, photographic lyrics, framing the composition. Lame is a competition, but I'm indifferent. My mission ain't to be top position. My ambition is rooted deep in the holy scriptures. My intent is to point them all to the crucifixion, exposing lies and shine a light on the contradictions. He gave me light, and with this life, I choose to live it true. This is facts over foolery. Hard times, dark nights, nothing new to me. It's grind time, pick a side, no influencing. Mindset, staying firm to what's true to me, that's a fact. We don't compromise by copying lies, fact. We epitomize the battle cry, fact. We don't compromise by copying lies. We epitomize the battle cries. They catnapping off in a distance. Should I switch up on my conditions? I got needs just to get up my social digits. Gotta eat algorithms that keep their interest. Luxuries. Ignoring all my convictions. Cause I could do it. I could prove on my influence. I could choose to soothe you with smooth tunes for your amusement. It'll probably be real lucrative. Posting pics and risky fits. Henny sipping, pole flipping with 50 stripping, floating off from the roof in. Do it dare, who would care? Man, look at that. Throw it back, let it bounce, go make a stack. Go against it, they offended, they gon' attack. She slut shaming, opinionated, religious rap. If it ain't Nicki or May or Cardi, where do I fit? We all got our own lanes, what you represent? True. This is facts over foolery. Hard times, dark nights, nothing new to me. It's grind time, pick a side, no influencing. Mindset, staying firm to what's true to me, that's a fact. We don't compromise by copying lies, fact. We epitomize the battle cry, fact. We don't compromise by copying lies. We epitomize the battle cries.
Yo. Welcome back to the session. Bible Beats and Bars. I'm your host, Minister Fred 2, Mr. Whitlow, AK for the City Fate. Listen. In the building we have today, the famous, super fantibulous, Professor Edgar would say, in the building, First Lady Johnson. What's going on?
What's going on? That
What's
is
happening?
quite the introduction. I will say that. I'm going to start taking you with me everywhere I go.
I got you covered. I got you. Yo, Patrice Johnson's in the building. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, no, thank you for being on the show. Listen, folks, we have been trying for what? Wow, a long time, right?
I know.
She
Look,
just
I
does
was
the
determined to make it happen, though. Okay, I was determined. I was gonna show up. You have to work.
No, but you're doing some amazing things. I mean,
Thank
like
you.
it's. I think what's amazing is I had Dimitri on the show,
Hmm.
and it's
My
amazing.
girl.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
girl.
the ace right there. But it's so amazing to see years later. Like I
Hmm.
met her back in the day when they was doing some other things, and to see now, seeing where you sit and where I sit, and the
Yeah,
cool things
I
that we're
know it.
doing to make a difference and impacting and
Yes, yes,
imprinting
yeah.
community for better.
Right. That's yeah. And it's a good thing because, like you said, we all get to grow and evolve together, and it does make you proud to see like where we started, where we're at, and
Yeah,
then to even be able to get a view of where we're all going. And
yeah.
so that's the goal, and we're making community impacts along the way. So it's nothing like it. It's phenomenal.
See, y'all see why she's on the show. You can't listen, you can't get on the show unless you come in with some heavy. That's what it is all day. Well, listen, we want to start because I know you,
Okay.
Professor in the building. Shout out to my man. But also let's let the folk know, first of all, I do this all the time.
Hmm.
For all of our guests, first of all, do you have a favorite scripture maybe or a quote and both or nah, just one? What you
So
gotta talk to let them know what's
let's
up.
see. So my favorite script quote would be, I give this. It's an Oprah quote. So I may not get it 100% word for word, but and it kind of is one of the things that has gotten me through in a lot of ways. So it's if you look at what you have, you'll always have enough. If you don't look at what you don't have, if you look at what you don't have, then you'll never have enough.
Wow, wait. Say that again. Take your time and say, did y'all hear that? If not, you might have missed that. So
It's if you look at what you have, you'll always have enough. And
if
if you
you look
look
at
at
what you have, you'll
Mhm.
always have enough.
and if you look at what you don't have, you'll never have enough.
Wow. And
It's
if you
perspective.
it's all
It's
perspective.
what you feed your mind and your mentality and your soul.
Wow.
So if you always look at the positive and all of those things, I am definitely a jar half full type of person than half empty.
Love it.
And so I always look at that because even when things don't look so great, there's always something that you're learning in that God always has something else for you to find out and learn that. It may not seem like it at the time, and you ain't gonna understand it always. But it is always something there. And I always realize that when I pay attention to what I have everything that I always need. And when you look at what you don't have, those are the times that you start searching and wanting things that aren't for you anyway. And then you end up in a mess. You get into the
Wow.
weeds, is what I
See,
call
see,
it.
we this is just the first intro question. But no, I think
Yeah.
that's super dope because it goes back to what, it's a principle, but it also is one of the things that Paul the epistle
Mhm.
used to say. He said, be content in all
Mhm.
things
Mhm. Definitely so.
and always praying in supplication, meaning
Uh-huh.
you're asking God for something or you're
Yes.
asking God to connect you, networking
Yes.
like what you
Yes.
do. But always the perspective
Yes.
is I'm good where I am. I can
Mhm.
be better provided this
Mhm.
happens.
Mhm. And it's other ways because I'll go if you get me started. But
This is the show. It's just all you.
also in those things, you have to learn to be content with what you have because some things are just not for you. If it's something that's not meant for me and I'm asking God
Wow.
to give me something that is not me, or as I always be quick to tell somebody, that's not my ministry. It's going to be too heavy of something for me to carry, and it's going to be even more of a burden than a blessing. So if you're asking for things that are not for you or that is something that's ordained for somebody else's life, you can't do anything with it. Like they say, you can have the recipe, but the sauce will not be the same.
Woo. The sauce will not be the same. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If the sauce ain't the same and it don't taste good, you done messed up the whole
Yeah, and I
recipe.
just might as well left it where it was at and
Shouldn't
left it
shouldn't even
alone.
you shouldn't
No,
have gotten
nope,
in the
nope.
kitchen.
Just said stay out the kitchen and watch the chefs do their job.
Listen, like me, just pay them what it is, and then let
Right,
them say if you
right,
ask, get in the kitchen if you want, but
right.
be done.
Yep. And that's why it's always good to know yourself and get acquainted with what's for you and be happy with the things and grateful for the things that you do have. Don't focus on what you don't have.
So I gotta ask this question. I do it all the time before we get into all the good
Okay.
juicy stuff.
Okay.
Who is Patrice Johnson?
Ooh.
The backstory,
That's a
like we're
loaded
gonna talk about all the great
question.
stuff she's doing and the impact and the imprint, but like the person behind it,
Yeah.
like how did you grow up? Where you from? What was that? What was that like?
Well,
Because there's
yeah.
always, you look at the Oprahs, you look at
Yes.
the Foundation, you look at all these things, you see all the
Mhm.
big stuff, Asha Curran, You see all that stuff, and then the person behind is just a very nice, simple person.
Yes.
For someone that came from some very tough beginnings. So
Yes.
what about you?
So I always laugh and tell people, because I always say, people, you're from Alabama. I am. But they're like, it's really country. I actually grew up on the beach, so I don't really know how to answer that. And it's so funny because I hear it all the time. But I grew up in this place called Fairhope, Alabama. It's a gorgeous little town. Well, it's not as little anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of big now.
Yeah, it's getting there. It is. And it used to be when I was, I'm going to tell my age by saying this, but at one point in time, it used to be really big retirement area, which it still is.
Okay.
Gorgeous place, has a lot of French inspired areas and things like that. The downtown, gorgeous. You're on the bay. You just so pretty. Great food, great scenery. You've never been. This is my ad. Fairhope, Alabama, spelled just like it sounds.
Fairhope, Alabama.
So it's between Mobile and Gulf Shores. I always tell people that.
Like going towards New Orleans.
Yeah, kind of.
Is that's on what's that freeway? It was on what's the main?
85.
85. Okay. So yeah, because I used to live in New Orleans, and it was the 110, 610, or the 10.
Yeah.
So we would come the back way to get to it. Okay, that's what's up. All right. So anyway, so what was it like? You enjoyed? Was it a really cool time growing up? And
it was a really interesting area. I always tell people I grew up kind of different than some of the people there. It is it's not as mixed of an area as you would think it might be.
Okay.
Because most people, they're like, oh, you're across the bay, it's not a lot with black people on your side. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. But my parents had me in a lot of different things. My parents were divorced when I was young, so I actually don't remember them being together. But my mom was more of the lenient parent. She was the girly one and had me doing all of this dance and all of the things like that. Where on the flip side, most people don't know this, but the ones who know, I literally was almost a black belt in karate.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, my brother, I'm in kung fu.
Yeah, I did a
brown belt.
I was a brown belt 3rd degree, actually.
Yeah.
My dad was my sensei.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
shout out.
He's my dad. Yeah, we started when I was about 2 or 3 years old. I did Shotokan karate, which a lot of people don't know about Shotokan.
Yes,
but I actually have an MMA fighter that I just found out that Shotokan, so I'm like excited to see him. But so I did that for a lot of years, and I did kickboxing as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I might be rusty, but I ain't forgot. Yeah, so
I love it.
Yeah, but they kept me busy. My dad was very it's really weird. My family had artistic sides on both sides.
Wow.
So my mom's family, they're more the musically inclined. My granddad was a bishop.
Okay.
And so they were preachers' kids. Also, they grew up. Most of them were singers. They all self-taught musicians. They played in his church. So my grandmother had a phenomenal voice. And then on my dad's side, all of them super smart, very, very smart, and very like they had the visual arts.
Very visual.
Yes.
You know what? That is so cool. Now looking at where you sit.
I end up right.
Yo, like we gonna tell you, but this is like banana.
Yeah.
Yo.
Because I definitely didn't see myself ended up here. So it's I kept being drawn to it. And even for me, like we sung growing up, but also I was in band and I did those types of things.
What instrument did you play?
Actually, quite a few. So I did clarinet. And when I realized and then I could play flute. I did bass clarinet, and I started learning the sax and piano for a while.
Which sax? Which one?
So, soprano.
I played tenor. And,
Okay. But we can start as a band though, because we can both sides.
I was, yes, sir.
I had a feeling you was gonna say, but see, I did bass clarinet. So
but that's not
doing
bad.
bass clarinet, I wanted to try something a little bit different.
That's pretty dope.
But yeah, so I just dabble here and there. I always tell people I have this unusual ability because I used to be like, God didn't really show me what my talent was, and I did pretty well at most things. So I was just like, well, I'm a Jill of all trades. That's what I call it. And I just go figure something out. And I'm like, oh, it worked. It's enough for me to get by at least.
I love that. All right. So we're going to go to another song. I think you'll like this. This is Portia Love. She's got a dope vibe, and you all have a nice. Yeah. Hey, Professor, what you say? She kind of has that vibe.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed the first one, so I'm looking forward to this.
You're going to like one.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to be like, you got a twin or cousin or something.
Well,
so this is Portia Love. You already know Hilga. We'll be right back with our special guest, You already know. First lady in the building, the only building right now, the session studio, is my girl, Patrice Johnson. Let's go. All right, put her on first.
I never really know what to say in the beginning of the song.
Hold on, what? You made this?
Hello, Al. You say you want to get that. They ask how you do that, and I don't know what to tell ya. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. We thought life was popping until we discovered better. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. I made it out of the drought. The rain made me better, my part ain't gon' last. Funny they counted me out. I guess they really just not good with math. Everything that we do it with class. If he ain't holy, I take out the trash. Wait, what? If he ain't holy, I take out the. Knowing that everything I wanna do, I'ma do, and I'm doing it, walking by faith. I don't got time for no doubters. I press them like powder. I tell them get out of my face. We bought that action like Stric'ly. We serve Christ, high C. Only one goal, heaven to go. Give it up, that's not lightly. They ask how you do that, then I don't know what to tell. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. We thought life was popping until we discovered better. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on God. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. Please don't waste my time. Love tribe turning up in the A. With my faith, know that I do not play. If you got money and you caught up in fame, but they got God, homie, know that it's lame. How you think you innocent and that's a bummer. We gon' turn up and have a holy girl summer. We gon' turn up and have a holy girl, holy girl. We gon' turn up and have a
Holy girl summer.
we gon' turn up and have a holy girl, holy girl. We gon' turn up and have a
Holy girl summer.
Helga, she don't play. Helga, she don't play. Helga, she don't play. Helga, she don't play. We gon' turn up and have a holy girl, holy girl. We gon' turn up and have a holy girl summer. We gon' turn up and have a holy girl, holy girl. We gon' turn up and have a
Holy girl summer.
I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. Please don't waste my time. They ask how you do that, then I don't know what to tell ya. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. We thought life was popping until we discovered better. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga.
Leave Helga alone.
They ask how you do that, then I don't know what to tell ya. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. We thought life was popping until we discovered better. Prayer life on Esther, but my attitude on Helga. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time. I'm gonna get the sign. I'm gonna rock my shine. Not gonna waste no time.
Hey, welcome back. What you think about that video?
Oh,
yo?
I like that. That was really cute.
That's
I like that. That was a
because,
whole vibe. Right. I was like, she looks like a family member now. I might have to come call in some favors for my cousin. Come on down.
Well, we are back again. This is Session Bible Beats and Bars. Shout out to my man, Professor X. You already know the business. Hey, Professor, you got to throw up that graphic at least one time in the show. I know you just be on that. He in the back, like, man. But yeah, we're going to need to do today so they can know who you are as well. So, but listen, we are so glad you're on the show.
Okay, I'm glad to be
Let's
here.
talk about your journey.
Okay.
So you have arts and all of this stuff on both sides.
Mhm,
You grew up in the heart of a place where it was very eclectic. You
mhm,
you had the arts piece. You dealt with diversity,
mhm.
so equity. So
Mhm.
so how now what you're doing now with she is actually working with Arts Huntsville,
Mm-hmm.
which is all about equity, arts,
Mm-hmm.
diversity,
Mm-hmm.
and then the entertainment.
Yes.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. I,
from a kid to where you sitting right now as
Yeah.
an adult.
yeah.
Yo, what's up? What's up with the journey, yo?
You know, it's funny to even ask about the journey. Because I probably don't even really know the good answer to that. I actually started out, believe it or not, in banking.
In banking.
Yes, I was in banking for about 7 or 8 years. I ended up in finance. I actually ended up being one of the youngest regional bank managers.
Okay.
But at the time, because my husband's military, so we've lived some of everywhere. So
I got
me
you.
having a job was more likely than having a career.
Gotcha.
Because some places you go, just because you worked at this bank does not mean that they're going to have one in that area. So
Right.
transferring one always the easiest thing to do.
Gotcha.
And I got married young. So we've been at this a long time. So, but I'm telling my age a little bit, but yeah.
That's cool though.
But yeah.
But shout out to your husband. Shout out to the success of marriages and healthy marriages.
Yeah.
And y'all look good together.
Well, thank you.
You know what I mean? Y'all doing it big. So you're on this journey.
Yeah.
You're military. You're traveling.
Yeah. And so, but the funniest thing about it, it's around the time social media became this huge, big thing. And they're like, well, Patrice is the youngest person here. Just make her do social media and have her do. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So because I was the one who knew how to really work Facebook and all those things, and they're like, oh, well, you have a nice smile, go out and do the marketing stuff. I actually fell into marketing that way.
Wow.
Your
gifts made room for you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Like it was nothing that I thought about getting into. And so when we moved from South Carolina to Michigan, I decided to go ahead and get back for my master's. And then I did integrated marketing communications. And I started looking at all the things that I was good at or that I felt was interested in at the time. And so I found something that was a mix of all of those things.
Okay.
And so I thought, because I'm a weird one, I don't like to feel boxed in by having to do one thing. And, because
that's a good thing, though.
Even when you met me, I was doing more on the events
Yeah,
and strategizing side.
I mean, doing big stuff even then,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you're really good at it.
Yeah. And so and it's so funny because I always say like, oh, it's the stuff that's the most tedious to me, but they're like, you're really good at that stuff. And I'm like, so this is where you start getting good enough to have people in place to help you out.
Delegation,
Right.
authority, don't do it yourself.
Right. And so, but in that, I started doing that. Then we got stationed here.
Okay.
Which is around the time we met. And, I just started finding different people who can help me along my journey, or somebody that I can learn from and grow from, and going out and networking and just talking to different people. At one point in time, I really dealt with imposter syndrome really bad, especially jumping from like one, career to another field, like completely. And so just kind of solidifying myself and being like, you know what? I know just as much as this person. So why am I holding myself back? Like I'm my problem.
Yeah.
And so when you get out of your head, you pray more, you ask God for guidance, and you ask God to kind of show you the way of things that you're supposed to do. And believe it or not, how I even ended up at the job at Arts Huntsville, I had like 3 different people. I had never even heard of them. I hate to say that, but I think I was still new.
I think that's important. Because I think a lot of times, and we're going to get back to it, but I think it's important, Patrice, that people see that life is so unpredictable.
Very much so.
It is uncertain, but there is a surety about life. It goes on, and connections makes successful journeys.
Yes. And, you talked about relationships before and how important relationships are, and making sure that you get to know a person. Don't just send things and let it go.
Right.
You get that one-on-one interaction. But the person who was leaving the job reached out to me, and she said that someone had told her about me. And she's like, actually, I had a few people mention you to me.
Okay.
And so went in, interviewed. And at the time, believe it or not, most people do not know this, I did not get the job the first time.
Okay.
Believe it or not, this is a new one. So you got some. You said you wanted some juice.
Juicy, right?
You wanted some juice. Right, you got it. I didn't even get it the first time. They actually gave it to somebody, and I was okay with their reason, because it wasn't even my credentials. It was the fact that the person was in the community. They knew the community very well. They were familiar with it. However, they called me back and they wanted me to do another job there. And I was still working somewhere else. So I was like, well, I could do it part-time. So I did part-time there for a while.
Right.
Well, within that month of me being there, I ended up with the position that I originally applied for. So it was it just happened.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, I mean, it happened, and so
well, it happened, but you were in position.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing that I'm listening to you, but I want you all to get is that when you're in position and you're doing your job and you're doing it well, wherever you're positioned in, people are always looking.
Yeah.
But did we make the right decision? Let's. I think we need to go back.
Yeah.
He, she, they, we, us.
Yeah.
And that's important.
And even in that, I had humility because the reason that they gave me, I couldn't even be mad at, because I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You want somebody who knows the community, who knows the artist. I haven't been here that long. So I'm like, I really can't be mad about that. Now, if you would have been like credentials wise, I'm like, okay, maybe not. But that was a good reason, you know? And obviously I made enough of an impression that they called me back about something else, you know?
Wow.
So I looked at it like
made
that
room
too. Yeah.
in multiple spaces.
Yeah.
In the same place.
Yeah.
A work for That's crazy.
Yeah. And so from there, it just kind of just kept going, you know? A lot of times I just, like I told you, I'll jump and I'm just like, okay, I don't know how to figure this out, but I'm just going to do the best that I can to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I even had some of the people who've done the job before me, and they reached out, they're like, oh my gosh, you're doing so phenomenal over there. And, you know, you're doing all of these things. And I'm like, really? Because I'm just trying. I don't know. We just trying things. And if they stick it, I'm just going to roll with it because ain't nobody said nothing that is going bad. But, you know, and so then I was there for a little while. And then I ended up leaving.
Okay.
Well, I was going to leave completely since I got in the position on base, and I just had a baby that was very unexpected.
Right.
Because my kids,
it was just good. Like
it's about my kids.
Just good. When it's good, it's like, okay,
honey,
come on anyway.
Well, I told my husband I think we were crazy starting over, but it was just because it's a huge gap. But we got hit with the whole COVID baby situation, and so we had ours like right at the beginning. Well, we'll find out right at the beginning of COVID. Then so I ended up leaving for a little. Well, was gonna leave, and so we had so much going on. It's actually funny now that I think about it, because the moment that we realized, like, okay, we have to figure. I was actually next door.
Okay.
We had a meeting with Mario, and I don't even think he realized. I don't even think he realizes like how much of an impact some things that he had said kind of shifted that. But my executive director and I had been talking about some things, and that's when I had started talking more about arts equity and all of those types of things. And so she looked at me when we were leaving after the conversation. She said, "My friend, we have got to have a conversation and figure this out." So I stayed on for a contract just to do arts equity.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and so I did that. That was probably, I left in April and stayed on for the contract. By October, I was back on full time, so it didn't last long.
Well, you know, and again, you stuck to what it is you did well.
Yeah.
I want to go to the song, and then I want to dig a little bit deeper on the back end about arts equity and engagement, because I think you know, there's a perception of what art is, what equity is, what engagement is. But I really want to dig. I think this is something, because you got a lot of people that are just considered creative. They have all of that in them. They just don't know how to pull it out or to use it. So, but I got this other artist. She's like her, Bria Smiles. Oh man, she is like, are you gonna love the Latino Mexican
I've been
vibe?
Taking notes. So
so hey, Professor, let's put her on and enjoying the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay locked and loaded. Hey, don't go nowhere, because you know I will be mad. No more dirty.
For the court date, feast of family, asking for forgiveness and not permission. Will you send your pawn or you send your bishop? Queen in this kingdom, the king is missing. Tested in the furnace of affliction. Is your faith facts or is it fiction? Your biography on in the mission, so don't distract me, cause I'm on a mission. Yeah, Like the donor walk of Noah's Ark, instructed from the chosen one. We colonize the culture with the sounds of the kingdom. Governor of God's government, I sit with the Senate, discuss, distrust. When the opposite of progress is Congress, set my people free from the bondage. I'm gonna die a dignitary, showing love like February. Stay strapped like military, warring with the adversary, kneeling at the sanctuary, saying shit was legendary. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Well, you see, doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Before the persecution, there's spiritual revolution, where the chains on our brain, prison break, institution, and the parasitic sins in your soul cause pollution. Now we all up in smoke. Let me offer the solutions and repent from your ways. Definition to the days left. No heartbeat is certain, no breath is promised. It's still blessed. Fatality, mentality, perception's your reality. Your flesh and bones when you at war with principality. Slave to the stimuli, program with the teleline. Vision is blurry, they in a hurry with the genocide. Humans turn Haman, I'm on my Mordecai. Fear mongering, politicking, grab the pesticide. Flipping pain into power since 88, with no more regrets, because the struggle made me great. Get right or get left, will you choose love or hate? And at the crossroads, will you see doves or crows? It's a great debate. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Well, you see, doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads. Doves are crows at the crossroads.
Yo, welcome back. All right, listen. We got to do some bill pay, and you already know the business. So, because we got so many great people in the building that's helping us to continue to do this just for you. Don't forget, every Friday, let's do this, Professor. Every Friday evening, my co-host, you already know, DB Real Music, man, nominated for 4 Christian Hip Hop Awards right now. Make sure you go to the website, nomoredirty.org. You can also check it out every Friday evening. It's the best in clean, inspirational hip hop and urban. And it's all 100 positive. You know what I mean? So that's every Friday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, the podcast, all that. But just go to No More Dirty Inc. Just like you're here, go there and make that thing happen. All right. Then on Saturday, it was like what we do right here. It's the session, Bible Beats and Bars. I know people are like, how do you get the Bible beat? Well, now you get it. You get the inspiration, you get the word. There it is. That's my homie, Professor X. That's every Saturday, like today, 2 p.m. Central Standard. And then we also do the rebroadcast and podcast that is on Mondays, 7:30 p.m. Central. We're on air now. Now make sure you share it, make sure you like it, let us know what you think. And if you want something else, well, hey, we in this thing. We in it all the way. All right. And then on Sunday we all over the place. Let's give it to him, baby. G93, shout out to Ed Gaines Entertainment, one of the vets in this area. He has G93 Radio. It's 5 p.m. Then 6 p.m. we have 103.1. You already know the business. We baptizing DJ Sam Smite, Scissorhand DJ. You already know DJ Teeth. We got some estrogen in the building now. We got Dr. Kamali in the building. Man, she be making sure we straight. Then, Coach Joe, man, and yours truly. That's we up 103 point. We baptize some beats, man. They be like, oh my goodness, yep. We gonna make sure it's clean at least 1 hour. 1 hour on Sunday. No, but it's pretty dope. And then on Mondays, we global with envision-radio.com. Shout out to Liz C and Admiral. We're now in 22 countries, yo. Africa, Pan American. I mean, so you won't know all of this unless you tune it in. And it's on Mondays, 4 p.m. Eastern, and then you have to check out the networks globally. And then just go to the website. Thanks a lot. NoMoreDirty.org. You can visit, you can invest, you can volunteer, you can share. Camp Smart's coming up, all of that kind of stuff. You know, we got the May 20th event with the city. Our son was part of that. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff and making sure our kids and our family members know what is happening going into the summer. We don't want our kids all over the street, don't know what's going on. That's just a recipe for for disaster.
Idle minds.
Yep. So now we back. Bring us back on, man. That's what's up. So we got to talk about this thing.
Yes.
Your position now at Arts Huntsville is that of the arts, equity, and engagement. You're the facilitator of that, correct?
Yes.
So she's like the director of that department. So what does that really mean?
So it's a team of me.
Okay, the team of me. That is.
Have you ever seen
Me,
Roscoe
myself, and
Jenkins?
I.
Have you ever seen that movie? He's like the team of me.
Yeah.
That's how No, but I have great support at
That's
my
good.
job.
Cool beans.
We have actually a unusual relationship at the most like jobs do. Because somebody was like, y'all hang out outside of work. I'm like, yeah, we kind of too.
That's cool.
So, but yeah.
But that just means you got great people on deck.
Yes, definitely so. But so the arts equity and engagement facilitation part of it. So actually, and that's kind of how that conversation happened with Mario. We did not have a net. We just did it and jumped, and then the net appeared. Thank God for that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was like we don't really know where to start. We don't really know what we're doing. And I'll be even honest on that because a lot of people have had some negative connotations about Arts Huntsville. They've done, even before I got there, they've done a lot a lot of the work to try to change the stigma on that. And like even a lot of times people are like, oh, well, y'all are the same organization as this one or that one. No, it's not the same. But we always want to hear the feedback. I'm always very open and want to know because we can't make change if we don't know what people think.
Right. You don't know it exists.
Yeah.
Where that is a concern.
Right.
Then there's nothing to address.
Right. And so with that, it's just going out into the community and getting to know the community, and my executive director, she told me this one quote before. I can't remember where she heard it from, but she said, it's like, you don't want to go to a community and say, well, here's tickets to the ballet because you're inviting them to something that's from us. But how about, and I would like to be a part of what you have going on. So instead of trying to bring somebody to your table, go have a seat at theirs. And so, and so, and so that's kind of like, that's basically what we're doing. We're going out. I'm always interested in trying to meet this new artists and new, visual artists and anybody, musicians, whatever else that we can get connected with, because there's so many resources that we have that a lot of people don't know about. And so it just started going very well. I formed my own arts equity working group.
Wow.
And with that, we have.
It is on the screen. We got
that's us. And we actually just are in the process. We just launched a new website, but we're making changes to it still. So I'm really excited about the new header that's about to come, the new video. It's very, very cool.
That's what's up.
Very much of a representation of what our current landscape of the Artsville Hunts community, Artsville community, arts community looks like. But in that, I did my own arts equity working group. Mario Maitland is one of the members. Johnny Moore, Remy, Neil. Yeah, it's like okay, I didn't go small with this. Now I got me some. I tried to. Yeah, and so it's just to try to have representation across the board. Just having a good group of people who, help to see like, okay, what are the actual needs instead of us trying to assess or think what we feel like the community needs. Actually, making sure we are doing what they need. And so in that, I was selected to be one of South Arts and West Staff's emerging leaders of color for their second cohort in 2022.
Wait. You're moving kind of fast. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
She was selected out of all these other people. Woman of color. We're going to talk. I got a question for you now that you said that. That is huge.
Yeah. It was surreal. First of all, even if you get nominated or whatever, they have a huge application. And I was like, I am not going to make this. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time doing this thing. I don't care who nominated me or what. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it, but I got it. When I tell you it has been a phenomenal experience, like we do all kind of things with that. We do meetups. Last November, we went to it was in Chapel Hill in
Oh,
North
wow, North
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
North
got to go to UNC. We had our stuff on the campus and everything. So I was
Yeah.
around it like, let me see where Jordan stays. Let me find this
Yeah.
out. I want to go. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had great food, great time, did some horrible karaoke, learned
Okay.
a lot of great things. So it was really fun. But we also do, so we just did a lot of things. And so the Arts Equity Working Group, last year we hosted a 4-week workshop on marketing and branding.
I remember that. I
Uh-huh.
remember that.
Yeah, and in that we included headshots for the artists, and they were
I
free. We
remember
took care
that.
of those. Yeah, and so it was really cool. I wanted to do it like a speed dating round where they were able to talk to different creatives in their field, but also talk to somebody else outside of their field just to see what their branding package currently looked like. We took them through all the steps of how to create one and how to revamp these things, and like just photography and just making sure as a visual artist how to take pictures of your work and all of those types of things. And then on the 4th week, they came back, they had done the work. And so, because we're teaching you how to fish, I don't want to just give you a fish. I want to teach you how to fish.
And I think that's important. I think that's important, Patrice. Especially when you look at an emerging society that we're in, because it's not just the elevator speech, it's the packaging of how pretty the elevator, which elevator I'm going to click the button and get on just because this is silver, this was blinging.
Right.
That's what they do in the world of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
And two, it teaches you to be able to hold your own.
Yes.
As long as you know what you should be doing and how to do things for yourself, you don't have to be overly dependent on someone else. So it's less likely for you to get out there and to be scammed or to do those types of things. You know how to be independent and to do that. And so that gives you a little more control over your creativity and your creative works.
Love that.
Because you don't have to be, I hate to say it, but you don't have to be a slave to anybody in a sense. If that makes sense. When, because you hear about these bad deals and things that they get, and it's because they didn't know. Right.
They weren't prepared. They didn't know the business of it, the business acclimate. You know what I mean? Not to mention the paperwork.
Yeah. And, and sometimes some people are just so happy for an opportunity. They don't even recognize their own worth, and they just sign something and they could have had something much greater waiting for them. So
I got to ask this one, and we're going to go to another video and we're going to wrap, because I want to talk about what's your initiative and, what's coming with Panoply. So what has been the most exciting moment or exciting experience? Give me at least one. If you got two, that's fine. And then we're going to get into another video, because I got one reel I think would fall right with this one.
Okay. My most exciting experience. Okay. For one, Panoply is always fun. Like the events, it is always stressful getting to that point. But when you get out there and you just see how much fun everybody's having, or like, I spend most of my time running because I'm running behind all my media partners and different things. But when you just sit back and you look, and we get like over 70,000 people that come out that weekend. It's great. And if you really understood, it's literally a team of 8 of us now. And we've just grown. We have a lot of volunteers and a lot of help, but Arts Huntsville is a very, very small, and it's actually all female staff. Nobody knows that. Yes.
Wow. Okay, we gotta work on some diversity in that.
Well, we try. That's what we,
Well, I'm gonna help you with that.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, what you doing, man? What?
And then of course being elected for South Arts, because that was a really big deal to me.
That's huge.
So that's probably my biggest 2 things that I'd say.
Well, I think this one you're gonna like this video.
Okay,
Bonisha, she's actually from the local area. She's been on a couple of our shows before. Great artist, and she has a song called "No Trade." I love the fact that you stayed steady. You didn't trade your integrity. You didn't trade your gifts and talents. And so shout out to the queen of doing this one. You already know the business. Bonisha, let's do it, Professor. And we'll be right back. We got to talk about it. So don't go anywhere. I'm enjoying this joint. It's just a conversation, transformative talk.
I don't know what I would do if I would ever lose you. You're the very beat of my heart. of my heart. You're the reason that I move. I won't trade you. 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 Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on higher ground. I need you, I want you, I won't trade you. I won't trade you.
Hey, welcome back to the session, Bible Beats and Bars. You already know the business. I'm your host, Fred Whitlow 2, aka Minister Fred 2. Don't call me Junior. You'll get you an L. You don't get you an L. I'm just saying. Y'all should know this by now. You know what I mean? And our special guest, Patrice Johnson.
We say earlier, we taking a win.
Hey,
We
yeah,
say
take
all
the
we want is
W.
wins.
Throw the W's up, bro.
A win is a win.
It's a win, yo. It's a win. So listen, I want to wrap it up this way because a couple questions.
Yeah.
As a woman of color,
Mhm.
working in these amazing spaces of equity, diversity, inclusion,
Mhm.
from a arts and engagement,
Mhm.
how significant is that?
Much more than you would realize.
Because I was thinking about that, when we were watching the Bonisha, and I'm like,
Yeah.
That really is a pretty cool but tough space to be in.
Believe it or not, I am the only woman of color with an arts equity title in an arts organization throughout the U.S.
Wait. You're the only.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's another one, we hadn't found
in 50 states,
yeah.
pretty much.
And I actually found it out accidentally. I knew it was not very many, but I had someone reach out to me. They wanted to help with reviewing some grants or something.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, well, you're the only one I could find with that title. And so I started doing my own research, and I was like, now you have them in positions for other stuff, but as far as an arts equity person or in DEI and stuff.
Well, and again, it's kudos to you as that creative. Because I remember when I first met you, you were like on this creative stuff, and it was always arts, but we got to find some balance and this and that. Then you were doing the marketing end, and so for now to see years later, when I was first starting this nonprofit, and this person sees the Straight Street Initiative,
which has grown phenomenally.
Yeah, but but to see, I was talking to Demetrius. She was like, how cool is this?
It is cool. It's like
okay,
we
worldwide now.
We were in the mud together.
We were just in a little room in the library trying to figure it out. Right. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Now we got studios, you all over the place.
We got it out the mud together. That's
Yeah. So it's like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool to look at it. And it's like, even seeing the work that you're doing, it's like you don't have a lot of people in that space. So even for you, that's a tremendous thing, to be able to, we gotta give you your flowers when you're still breathing, So you look at it and it's like we don't. I guess because we are on the grind and we're so busy doing.
We're always on the booth.
Yeah, you don't sit back and just like, you know what, I did that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. So sometimes we even have to look back and like, okay, I've come a long way, and that's one of those things. Going back to what I said.
Yeah.
When you look at what you have, you realize how far you've come and how much more you have to do.
So
but
true.
It's in view now.
Right. And it's a good, and the perspective is so positive.
Oh yeah.
And it's uplifting, and it's like, I can do this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me just go do it,
Yeah.
and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. And then
know
you
what I
show
mean?
other people that it can be done and how it can be done.
So it's leadership.
It is.
So
Yeah.
and you're really sitting in a role of executive
Right.
leadership. You do
Right.
know that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know. You know, we
Yeah.
never really want to talk about it, but
Right.
that is
Yeah.
to be the only young lady and woman of color
Mhm.
in that space.
Mhm.
Now, where there's 5 generations in one workplace,
Mhm.
and you're there.
Yeah.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's straight
I
dope.
mean, I guess now that I think about it, it
No,
really is. No, seriously.
It
Yeah.
is. Like
Yeah.
statistically, there's 5 generations.
Yeah.
And the alphas now that's 15 to 17, 17,
Mhm.
18 in professional workplaces making almost
Mhm.
5 to 6 figures. And then you got the owners that might be 70, 80,
Mhm.
the boomers, X and Y. You got I'm
Yeah.
Gen Z, you got millennials, all in one corporation business nonprofit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
That's
I also said
the world
that's
is
wild.
different.
Yeah, it's very different. It is.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even say anything to that.
So let's wrap it up with Panoply. That's your big get down with the
Yeah,
get down.
that's the big shebang there.
But before we do,
Yeah.
how can they get more information about Huntsville Arts or Arts Huntsville in the city of Huntsville?
So definitely connecting with us. You can find
Website?
us. Yeah. So our website is artshuntsville.org, and that's arts with an S because most people just put art, but it's artshuntsville.org. There we
There you
go.
go. Thank you.
And
Professor.
then also we show everything on our social media. So Instagram is at Arts Huntsville. It's Arts Huntsville on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Twitter, everything. So just make sure you connect with us. Reach out to us. When you reach out, you do get a real person.
That's cool.
Also,
That's cool.
on our page, you'll see different about us and connect with us and all of that. So if you have certain questions, it'll take you directly to the person that you need to contact for that field.
And I love it because it's easy navigation. It's clicking and it sends you right there. And I love the non drama stuff.
Yes.
You click it, you hit art. Like, let's do this. I love that Arts Huntsville events.
Yeah.
You're dealing with local and then shout out to you all because you also did a great job promoting our clean comedy
Well,
series.
thank you. We do the best that we can.
It was overwhelming, almost a full house sellout.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that too.
So
And
I want you to know that.
Yeah, and a lot of artists do not realize this, but if you get connected with us, like we do promotions and all of that stuff. Yeah, you just send it to us. We don't charge you anything. It's just something that we offer to the arts community. And then also, like he's on the calendar, but so we have an arts directory. Although at this time it's still being rebuilt because that was one of the biggest heavy lifts that we had of redesigning the website. But even in that, if you can sign up to be in that, but we have a lot of people that reach out to us for all kind of things. They may be looking for someone who does clean music, or they may be looking for an artist to do a mural or something of that. We direct them to that. And so even just being a part of that, you will be amazed at how many people have booked jobs and gigs based off our arts directory.
Love that. So you all hear it. It's official. So Panoply, let's wrap it with Panoply.
Yes.
We're going to give you another song. I got to give you one after that one too. So what's up?
So Panoply,
so what can we expect this year?
So Panoply is going to be phenomenal. It is April the 28th through the 30th. So it's always that last weekend of April.
Okay. Got it.
Fireworks. We always do that on Friday and Saturday night. You have your military salute night Friday nights as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So military and their families get in for free. I always say so. That's always a big thing. Cool. Tickets will be they're on sale. So
tickets on sale.
Yes.
At your website.
Yes. So you can go to artshuntsville.org and you can go to events and go to Panoply and you'll see those. But they're $10 in advance. So if you get those early, and also it's bomb to get you a weekend pass. The weekend pass is only $18, and that you can get in any day with your weekend pass. You pass for each day.
Well, and we'll be there. We'll
definitely.
About trying to be a participant.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, let's do that. And then also, it's $15 after 4:00 on Friday and at the gate. So I urge anybody. It's that $18 pass is good.
18 versus paying 10 at the top end and then another 15. That's 25 a day versus 18. Hello.
Yeah, and so
the memo's out.
Listen, and we are showing a lot of love to our local artists and musicians. So you don't want to miss it. Like this is the year that I can't listen. I'm telling you, all the details and the lineup is on there. All these great local food trucks as well.
Love it.
Our Panoply poster artist is Denise Onwer.
Oh,
phenomenal. You got to go in there and go check out the artwork. Great. And so just, make sure you come check it out. Come see us. Over 100 visual artists from across the nation are going to be in the art marketplace.
Okay.
Come get you some art, shop locally, do all of those great things, get you some good food and listen to some music. Bring out your blankets, your lawn chairs, all of those good things. And then of course
still be the same area down by the Ron.
So it's down there, Big Spring Park.
Big Spring Park. That's the larger side.
Yeah. And then also we have the STEAM Interactives and STEAM Street. So we have hands-on activities for kids and families and all that. We have the face painting booth, all of those things.
Okay. Well, there it is, you all. You already know the business. In the building again is Patrice Johnson, aka the Diva Queen, First Lady. Arts Huntsville is on it.
This part announcing me. This you and my official. Now I don't even need theme music. You just gonna walk around and say that with me from now on.
We gotta get you some theme music.
Right? You gotta give me something to flow to. You're right.
I'm an MC. I just do a lot of this stuff too. So, but listen, we want to say thanks.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed this. It was good to be able to catch up with you finally.
Yeah. And it's cool. So keep doing what you're doing.
And you do the same.
We will do our best. And we're going to continue to do some more things, obviously.
Yes, we have a lot of upcoming projects together. So that's the good thing.
Yes. So you all just got to stay tuned.
Yes.
You already know Arts Huntsville, No More Dirty Ink, and Friends. You know what I mean? We will be doing our second comedy series in June.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure we get that.
Yes, definitely.
Man, the show was banana.
I hated the show. So I can't wait for the next one.
We had Small Fire. You remember Brian from BT? We had St. Vic. He was part of the Friday series. And then we had Spike Davis. I mean,
so basically, if y'all like me and missed out, you missed a great show.
But next week,
I'm not gonna miss the next one. I'm here. I'm like, listen, I might try to pull a card, like, can I get up front?
Yeah, you gonna get up and say something to the people. You already know.
Let me go prepare myself now.
Yeah, you got, He called me yoga.
Right. That's gonna be my new theme music right there. I'm ready. I forgot I already got it. My cousin.
So anyway, let me shoot a prayer up, and we're gonna take you out. There's another young lady. Her name is Hee-San Lee. Okay. And she's Chinese and American. Oh man, amazing.
Yeah.
And she has a song.
Ready to hear this one.
It's called Future, and it's a celebration of women and making great decisions like you have done. And the sky not being the limit. And that in the future there's even greater and greater and better.
See, I like that. Yeah.
So let me toss one up.
I'm ready for this
and
one.
then we're gonna let you go. And then we're gonna see you all. You already know the business. We do this all the time. So make sure you subscribe. Let us know. Go comment, because you'll get a chance to see this again on Monday, and then it's worldwide. So that's what's up. All right, let's toss one. Thank you, man, Professor, for putting that up there. All right, Lord, we want to say thanks again for the amazing work and this amazing being, Patrice Human, and what she's doing. Patrice is doing some amazing things. Thank you for Arts Huntsville. Thank you for her heart, her commitment, her passion, and in all aspects, because I mean, she's been doing things for a minute. So I ask that you bless her over and abundantly, be with the panoply this year, and all the great things working with STEAM and the kids. And we'll be sure to give you all the honor in the name of Yeshua the Christ, who is Christ Jesus of the Bible. Amen.
Amen.
That's what's up.
Amen.
All right, yo, you already know, nomoredirty.org. You can go and support. You got artshuntsville.org. You got two organizations. Put some money on it. Don't just talk about it. Get that $18 ticket, and you already know, No More Dirty, we coming hard, bro.
Yeah, come out and tell me hello. I'm out there. You see me running around.
That's what's up. You already know the business. Enjoy this joint. Hey, you already know. Hee-San Lee. Let's go. Future. Oh, there it is.
Oh, how lovely.
There it is.
Listen, take a look around, what we dealing with. All these rappers sound the same, no peeling this. Ain't nobody feeding souls, there's no meal in this. Robbing people's futures, we getting good at stealing this. I've been rhyming from the get-go, I rep low. Mission still the same, never changing, you can bet, bro. What defines success nowadays? We're the future, this is our days. All these rappers tripping now, they on a power craze. Think they run the world, cause some people like to shower praise on their lifestyle. This ain't nothing new, it's a shame we still live the same, ain't nothing grew. Let's talk about it, see a female rapper doing right. But they don't care, so you'll never see us roll the mic. If I ain't stripping down, then I lose tonight. So these dudes is right, women only matter if they choose this life. This our day and age, I ain't playing games. All these women who support this, I ain't saying names. Nah, just go about your business. Your money be in shape, but your morals need some fitness. Women need to unify, I hear that all the time. But then they drop the B word and almost all they rhymes. Yo, they for real, tell me how this works. You go first, why you thinking you don't make this problem worse? Telling all these young faces they don't matter. Money, looks, and sex is the way you climb your ladder. You shatter every dream you have of being something special. Your heart is pumping, but you got a couple broken vessels. Yo, I could never do what they be doing. Every day I remind myself what I'm pursuing. People said I'm fake cause I'm an Asian rapper, but here I'm trying to save hip-hop, that's what I'm going after. Yeah, and they say that lyricism died. Well, I'ma bring it back to life, watch it song revive. Every mind hypnotized by these current trends. See what music needs to stop streaming, their current ends. Yeah, I hope you got that. I got love for every female, I don't knock that. And if trying to change the game, don't ever stop that. Make a difference for the industry, don't wanna block that. Yeah, let's think about our future. Let's think about what we doing here. Whole generation talking to us, are we fluent here? Let's make it blue in here. Sky's the limit, got my whole crew in here. On a mission, never stop and do it bigger. Yeah, it's time you're moving here. Yeah, it's time you're moving here. Yeah, me that we had 2 jobs every day. I'm on Bogo down, you got a right path, 우리 향해. 과거에서 벗어나다 finale. 담이 흘린 이 땅에서 새싹이 나네. Let's be better. Don't be a spectator. Make your steps greater. You can rest later. Let's do this. Yeah, it's a rap. It's how I got my story in. No longer am I worrying. You see me rapping Korean, I see the future pouring in. It's pouring and pouring and take this DeLorean flying high, that's what you saw me. And my future's up on the screen auditorium. Never look to the past like an historian. They told me to switch it up, be relevant. They told me to switch it up, be relevant. Spit like a mumble rapper.